Welcome back to Persona Q Shadow of the Labyrinth. Last time we finished up exploring floors 6 and 7 of the clock tower, and now it's going to be time to head into the 8th and 9th floors. Yes, I said both of them. I like to call this the beginning of the end, and these floors are going to be pretty brutal. But before that, I leveled up everyone to level 54 off camera, except for you and Zen, who are a little bit higher. But I also gave Gary Stu the heavy wristband the whole time, and yes, he is level 69, duh, obvious jokes. But yeah, I did that so I can fuse some new personas. And I will be fusing a Way Trumpeter in this Velvet Room session, and because of that, I've actually gone ahead and recorded a random battle just to show what Angelic Trumpet looks like, because that skill actually looks pretty cool. Okay, so here's Angelic Trumpet. 3 heavy bash attacks against random targets. These attacks do have pretty low accuracy, a lot like Myriad Arrows, so I like to have the enemy's agility bound or panic before I use this. But this attack seems to do a lot of damage when it criticals, so hopefully we get to see a crit here. I guess I'll have Yosuke use Tentara for just to try and get that one who isn't, agility bound. So, I joked about Trumpeters whacking things with his trumpet when I first saw the skill. The actual skill's a lot cooler than that.
Leave it to me.
Yes, Angelic Trumpet makes meteors rain from the heavens. Not exactly what I expected when I first saw that skill, but pretty awesome nonetheless. Sadly, it's an exclusive move, so it can't be passed down to other personas. And here it comes again. It looks like pretty decent damage, especially when it criticals. Okay, so with that done, there's one particular fusion that I want to get out of the way first. Though first I want to show this. So at level 69 we can fuse Mada, who I believe is the highest level Magician Arcana persona. No, wait, I think Futanushi is in this game. I think no, is Futanushi Chariot? Anyway, Mada is a pretty high-level Magician Arcana persona who specializes in fire attacks and has absorbed fire, so that's pretty cool. We have Hachiman. Now, Hachiman is the persona that I really want to fuse here. We also have Ishtar, a very good magic-based persona. Masakata, who we already have. Adavaka, who I remember being upgraded to Aeon in Persona 3 FES. Lunch Meat, no Lux Meat, that comes from an old meme video where the way the P3 protagonist says that in Persona 3 sounds a lot like Lunch Meat. And Barong. Sadly, we can't do the Ragnar-Barong fusion yet because that requires us to be in the 80s, so that's not going to be for a while. And I think that's everything we can get at this point. So yes, my first fusion is going to be Hachiman, and with this I want to make sure that I use, let's see if I can find it, Kartakeya, and I believe this is the combination that I want. Because as you can see, Hachiman has quadruple link, so passing my link skills down to you is going to be good. I still can't pass down Golden Link, however, Hachiman eventually learns Golden Link naturally. Yeah, this should be right. Okay, so, what are we going to pass down? Obviously, I want to have mostly link skills. I don't need triple link, because you already have quadruple link. Frost Link, Gale Link. I can pass down all the links, actually, but I'm going to need to delete some of them later because of Golden Link and other such skills. And I can also get Mataru Kaja, too. Photon Edge is sort of decent, but I want to make you a Link persona. Actually, Bloody Vanguard isn't bad either. Especially if I'm comboing this with Dragon Cry. I keep saying that I have other personas with Mataru Kaja, but if I keep using that philosophy, eventually I'll have none of them. Trumpeter also learns a lot of debuffs, so I could pass down some of those, but I think I'll just go with Bloody Vanguard. So I think Hachiman had some unused art in Persona 3's data, but yeah, well, I am Hachiman, my forehead is so bright it burns your brain! But anyway, you're going to be pretty useful. I kind of want Ishtar as well, let's see. Can make you out of, oh, by the way, this is a random Byakko that I picked up in a battle. It's not the Byakko that I made earlier, so it's not that bad to fuse you. The issue is that you have Salome's Kiss. And you don't, but Alice has Salome's Kiss. Binding Hands, Silent Circle, Lethargy Circle. I've got a lot of circle personas at this point. I feel like it's a little bit redundant to have this many of them. But I do like circles. Ishtar's Consort is not in this game, though, I'm pretty sure. Okay, that's interesting. I can pass down Quadruple Link from you onto Mudder. Now, normally this would seem like a good idea because Mudder has a lot more HP. There's a problem, though. Hachiman eventually learns Absorb Elec, and I actually want a persona with a good Link setup and Absorb Elec for one of the post-game boss fights, for a strategy that I'm going to call Weaponized Stupidity. You'll see why once I get there, but basically, I need to keep Hachiman, as much as I'd like to pass down all the Link skills to Mudder. You know what, is there anything I can sacrifice to Belphegor? Because Belphegor will eventually learn Binding Hands, which is its skill card ability, and a Binding Hands skill card is extremely useful. I don't think I need Jatayu. I think I just needed Atropos for that, so if I sacrifice U2 to power up Belfer, I can't quite get it. But I can easily buy some sacrifices from the Compendium. And there's Binding Hands. Now I'm going to need to register you to the Compendium. Also, we've got a Masakato Shard, which we already had before, but still, it's more money. Okay, using the three of you, I can make Mudder with everything from Siegfried but immunity buffer, which could be pretty useful. Dragon Cry or Brain Shake? What to go for here? I think I'll go with Dragon Cry. Normally Belphegor would be pretty great, but I have a lot of other bind personas. Now, Larkspy is interesting because you're set up to be a Navigator persona, but I can't make you using Srosha, which is a shame. I think for now that's all I'll do, but are there any skill cards I can get? Yeah, I had you learn Triple Link because that's actually your skill card. Okay, this will be kind of expensive, but I can give someone Shadowrun now, which makes me think of Morag saying Shadowrunner from Xenoblade 2, and I'm not going to do an accent because I'm terrible at Scottish accents. I don't want Thunder Smash. Don't actually want a Lek Wall either. I'm basically just throwing money at Hachiman at this point. Golden Link. That's a problem. Might have to lose bloody Vanguard. I don't know if this actually affects the Link damage, or if Links just still count as being from yourself. Because I like having all four of the Links. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go with this. I'm going to have to drop something for Absorb Elec later, though. Which I might not want to learn just yet. Okay, I only have 5 personas and plus the Navigator. That means that I don't have any options. Everyone has to take one of these 5 every time I go into the Labyrinth. But I suppose I can probably afford to be like that for a little bit. So now that fusion spree is done, let's do some stroll conversations. Gary Stu obviously approves, though you might attack him for that. It's kind of weird how all these spin-offs reference the P4 protagonist being a Casanova, but I'm the exact opposite. I headcanon the P3 protagonist as being one. I've already explained why in earlier parts, though. Yeah, we'll be separated from everyone after this is all done.
Hey. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm sure. Maybe in fighting game spin-offs, hint hint. But still, still, not seeing each other for 2 years. And a lot can change in that time. Okay, 2 years from now, Rise takes a break from showbiz and goes back to her hometown. Yeah, if that was leaked, that could get really bad. She'd have tons of fans hanging out around her tofu shop.
Come on.
I like Rise and Fuka's interactions. Also, that's a sad line.
Let's try our best.
And that line, once again, it's back. You thought it was gone, but no, it's back.
Hey, man.
That actually becomes somewhat true when he gets his ultimate persona.
I can't believe this.
Well, Magician Arcana, but also, you know, the comic relief best friend type character. Which shows up in a lot of games, generally by Atlas, actually.
What the hell?
That line always felt a bit weird to me. I mean, I know that Yukari can be kind of sharp-tongued sometimes, but a line like that I feel just kind of goes too far and is, you know, in a way, I kind of feel it's a bit out of character for her, actually. That's kind of funny because, yes, you can play claw games at the arcade in Persona 3 and get Jack Frost dolls, which is actually required for one of the Elizabeth requests in that game.
Huh.
And claw games are actually based on skill in Japan, because if they were based on, like, if they work the way that... It's kind of funny, they ruled that if they worked the way that Western claw games did, they'd be legally considered gambling, which is actually kind of true. And back to that character development from earlier. Yes, that's exactly what they did. Yeah, you'll all probably be graduated by then.
No, man.
No, only Narukami gets to be Yosuke's partner. That doesn't add to the subtext in any way at all.
No way.
For real?
Master Junpei, with Yosuke as the apprentice.
What? What? Jeez.
Well, it's more of a phrase catcher type thing. The burns come naturally to everyone who's around Yosuke, as sad as it is.
Oh, come on.
So, as we head in here, we're gonna probably be getting some Persona upgrades in this part. So, whose upgrades do I want to show first? I definitely want to show Junpei's. Let me think. I don't want to show all the amazing upgrades at once. Might as well actually bring Naoto. How about... You know what? Let's get Teddy's upgrade out of the way as soon as possible. And I guess I could show Shinjiro for one of those special upgrades. This is a bit of a strange party, but let's go with this. I think I've used Fuka a bit lately. Let's continue using Rise. You know, why haven't I given Teddy Alice before? That makes perfect sense. I can't believe I never thought of that. And among the physical users, whoever's faster should get Hachiman. And Gary still will continue with Pale Rider, who's leveled up quite a bit since we last saw him. Yeah, I think the Heavy Bracelet's experience doubling also applies to whatever persona you have equipped. So I think this is the equipment setup that I'll go with. Delta Drive on you, Purple Headband on you. Actually, you might as well take the Rudra Ring. Actually, no, that's a big drop to HP, let's not do that. You're taking the Germanium Ring, just so you'll always be active to use Instant Death, and Teddy again has the Almighty Badge, because he really, really needs it. Okay, we've got Persona set up. We need to go to the nurse's office to charge up Teddy's HP and SP from the Almighty Badge, and then we'll head into the 8th floor, finally. Here we go, floor 8. So, the 8th and 9th floors of the clock tower fill the entire map, just like the later floors of the Enigma Prime exhibit. But, just like floors 6 and 7 of the clock tower, these floors also... we have an elevator
Hey,
here
isn't there
too.
something over there?
These
Let's go take a
floors
look.
also are interlinked with each other. Basically, don't think of these floors as two different floors. Think of them as one gigantic floor. We will not be able to complete them individually.
Whoa!
Again, think of them being combined to be one giant floor. But now the elevator can go up to the 8th floor.
Thanks!
Well, finally, Koromaru actually said something approving of kanji. Yes, it will make the trip back easier, however, we also have Goho and more, so that's kind of pointless. If you didn't do that side quest,
That
though,
weird power
obviously
spot
the
thing's
elevator
there
can be
again.
useful. Still Pendulum. I think we've seen that at Theodore's, in Theodore's shop, in terms of, the new things we can make. And hi there, enemies.
3 enemies, and they're pretty strong.
I don't like
Keep your
Intrepid
guard up.
Knights.
Come up with a good plan, leader.
Yeah, I found out during grinding that the Intrepid Knights are extremely irritating if you don't get them with light magic. They're pretty resilient, and yeah, they hurt quite a lot as well. They also have a bad habit of getting rid of your boost status because they like to use, I believe the attack is called, Torrent Shot to hit your entire party. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but what it does do is it knocks everyone out of boost, which obviously is irritating. Well, my Buffalo will at least hit a weakness. I believe Teddy will be getting, at level 55, the same level as Persona upgrades, he'll be getting Mapufudine, which at least is one thing he has that no one else does.
It's no use.
For some reason I find these things have bizarrely high resistance to light from something weak to it. I always seem to miss them with light magic. Speaking of light, wow,
Are you ready?
Hachiman has a blinding portrait. At least your agility down, though. Unfortunately, quadruple link only really works if you go first in the turn and have everyone else attack the enemy.
That enemy is weak to wind.
Go ahead and give me your orders.
I guess I can myriad arrows again, though. Should I try? I might as well try another Hamon. Meanwhile, Teddy does not really have anything he can do, so he'll just use a basic attack. He might be slower than... Actually, no, because of the Almighty Badge, I think he's faster than Junpei.
Hail Rider!
Yeah, as I said earlier, Pale Rider was one of the earliest Horsemen of the Apocalypse you could get in Persona 3. I think it was one of the only Horsemen of the Apocalypse in that game. And it was also a pretty good quad elemental persona. I remember it carrying me for quite a while back in P3. And hi again, Ananta.
That was close. We need to be more careful.
Looks like Shinjiro might be the first one getting an upgrade, barring, you know, him going unconscious and missing out on a lot of experience. Okay, we've got a door here. But we also had some extra area down here. I love how this place looks, by the way. Just that dull colored sky, almost like a dark hour sky. The fact that you can see it through the roof here, and the sort of dark clockwork all around. These last floors have this really cool atmosphere. It almost looks stormy in a way. And you have that steam kind of erupting from those vents to either side. It's not that major of a difference from the earlier parts of the clock tower, but it still looks insanely amazing nonetheless.
Two powerful enemies. I don't have data either.
I won't let up.
Okay, new enemy type here, the Cursed Dice. And if you're anything like the other dice in this area, you will be weak to an instant death element. Yep, you're weak to light, but you're resistant to pretty much everything else and you're immune to dark. But since you two are the only dice on the field, this is probably going to be easy. I say that, but Naoto could easily just not kill them, because some of these enemies tend to dodge Hummer quite often, even when they're weak to it. Nah, Teddy just used my Buffalo.
Hail Rider!
The dice in the clock tower all have rings around them. I think this was one of the dice that appeared in the area of Tartarus and P3 that I like to call the Disco Rave Party. Yeah, you'll have to see that block animation every single time an enemy uses a status ailment. They could have saved time by just having the status ailment automatically miss, which I think is how the Tome of the Void worked in P3, but it is pretty satisfying seeing that block animation. You know, I just realized something. Does Junpei have Dragonfly or not? I don't think he does.
Shinjiro-san, you've been cursed. Attack and you'll hurt yourself.
Curse someone and you dig 2 graves.
Interesting. Actually, that's really interesting because that might be a reference to an expression. I forget exactly what the origin of the expression is. I think it's a Chinese proverb, but it's before seeking revenge, first dig 2 graves. Now, if you've played Persona 3 and know how that plays out, that's a quote that's very relevant to Shinjiro's plotline. So, that's an interesting quote that I got from him there. Now, it should probably die to the poison. Yep, there we go. And the ring kind of levitated for a
It
second.
was so amazing how you beat the enemy.
You didn't give a lot of experience, that's unfortunate. And yeah, as you can see, only 5% of the way through the floor, so this place is pretty big. And Mr. Reaper is coming. Hi, Mr. Reaper. Let's duck into this room to avoid you. And look what we have here, a suspiciously empty room that's arranged in a giant 3x3 square. I wonder what that is implying. We won't be able to do something about that. I believe that is the location of one of the post-game fights. Well, at the very least we have a shortcut here that we can't go through. Now, I remember that sometimes this room's pretty tricky to navigate. Case in point, hi Reaper. And we can't, like, follow behind it like we could the fast guy in the previous labyrinth, because the Reaper aggroes the moment you enter its room.
Architectural flaws. Impossible.
See, once again, I missed the Intrepid Knight with Hummer. It does seem to have bizarre resistance to that for something that's supposed to be weak to it. It happened a lot in grinding too. I would really often miss this thing with Hummer, even on people who had Impure Reach. I doubt this thing will die to this. They tend to be pretty bulky.
That enemy is weak to wind.
Okay, so what's next?
I could show off Guillotine here, though. Don't think I'll even need Hummer. But I guess I'll use Megadola. Or I could have gone with Salone's Kiss, but oh well. So this is actually being buffed by Death Scythe, plus doing more damage, but wow, it still didn't do a lot of damage. I think probably because this thing resists slash attacks.
By my cuteness. I thought I'd lose all my fur.
Okay, we're getting close to upgrading our personas. And I think... yeah, I'm not getting through there. Rest, 1, 2, rest, 1, 2... Yeah, you are smart. I can't get by you now. Oh, hi there. Well, I have Vanish Balls, at least.
You can't take this one on. You need to get out of there.
This isn't good. Especially not now.
I'll have both my fast characters use Vanish Balls just in case. Never actually run into the Reaper before. And, of course, you have that. And I have Homunculi. Just like in Persona 3, the Reaper gets to move twice per turn. And we are out of there. No, I have a much
We
better
owe this
version
to
of
your
you.
sound tactics.
And we're gonna get our first persona upgrade here, outside of the main characters and navigators, Shinjiro.
Now I can thrash more enemies. Still got some potential.
So, Castor has become what I like to refer to as Super Castor, and gains the unique skill Whirlwind Swing. Medium chance to add splash effect on single target physical skills. Basically, this is a better version of, I believe the skill is called Colossal Swing. But yeah, something to note is this doesn't just affect physical attacks. I thought it did, but it affects magic too, and that's how those drives were doing splash damage with Zerodyne before. So Shinjiro's ultimate skill overall is not that great, really. Okay, rest. No, I still can't get through. There are actually worse ultimate skills than Shinjiro's. His is still not bad, it's just far from the best one out there. And you'll hopefully be seeing one of the best ones out there during this part. Although I still think Debilitate's probably the absolute best.
I sense the Reaper. Stay on your guard.
Okay, we can slip through the Reaper now.
We settled that quickly.
And we have, ironically enough, Teddy's gonna be our second persona upgrade in this pod.
I'm lovelier than ever. I'm evolving with my persona. Right, Kamui?
So, Kintoki Doji has become Kamui, one of the Persona 4 Ultimate Personas where I vastly prefer its design over the base form. Kamui is based on Ainu mythology. They're native peoples of one of the islands of Japan. Also, fitting for Teddy, the persona's name is a pun, since Kamui in the Ainu language also means bear, as bears are considered incarnations of divine spirits in their religion. So, we also get Mabufudyne. But Teddy's ultimate skill upon upgrading his persona is Amrita. Full HP restore, removes binds and status ailments, it only affects one person. So, that's kind of unfortunate. If this was full party, it'd give Teddy sort of a niche, because he'd have the only multi-target, full heal, and status cure in the game, because, Salvation is not in this game, to my knowledge. But, as it stands, it's actually a solid skill. It's not that terrible, but it's not amazing either. And I don't think it saves Teddy from being the worst party member in the game.
We found a rare one. Don't let it
Hello,
get away.
hands?
Let's be cautious.
Yes, let's, because they're actually pretty dangerous, but I want revenge on you. Hopefully that doesn't mean that I have to dig 2 graves, because you are all going down. Maraku Kaja might not be a bad idea, actually, but let's just go for a link attack on one of them. I can try Myriad Arrows, Naoto will Tentarafu, and Teddy will... I guess he'll try and Salome's Kiss one of them. Okay, hopefully I can actually finally get my revenge on these things.
Hey, right.
The Horseman of Death has come for you! And they're all agility bound.
It's no use.
And one of them is also Panic for additional overkill. And your Salome's Kiss was pointless, but still.
You call for a hero?
Okay, one of them's already dead.
Come.
You're done here.
And revenge achieved at
That
last.
was quick.
And that's gonna give us 2 persona upgrades in one fight.
I'm growing too, you know.
Yes, yes, you certainly are. I have been waiting for this for a long time.
Persona's now Trismegistus?
So, Hermes has become Trismegistus, which is a title given to Hermes in some regions. Hermes Trismegistus literally means thrice great. He now resists light, which is kind of interesting. And it's generally seen as a fusion of Hermes and the Egyptian god Thoth. Also, in this persona's mouth is the Philosopher's Stone. Trismegistus was often associated with alchemy. In Persona Q, Trismegistus is associated with completely dominating the game. This skill, Golden Gemini, medium chance of any attacking move occurring twice in a row, and the second one is free. This skill instantly elevates Junpei from mediocre physical attacker to one of the best party members in the entire game. This thing is amazing, and guess what? It stacks with Heroic Gemini, if you have a persona that has that. And guess who has Heroic Gemini in this game? Yoshitsune. Yoshitsune is just as broken in this game as he generally is in the Persona series. So, this means Junpei is the best user of Yoshitsune, because he has a really high chance of double Hustle Torbi. Yeah, like I said, Junpei is now one of the best characters in this game. And now Naoto.
I've grown even stronger. Let us go, Yamato Takeru, my evolved other self.
Yamato Takeru, or the Brave of Yamato, is a title given to a legendary prince named Orsu. And with that, Naoto learns her ultimate skill, Powerhouse. Raised chance of knockdown. This one's okay, it's not really amazing, but all Almighty spells have a chance of knockdown, so this does make her Almighty skills even more powerful. She's also one of the few characters who learns things beyond the level her persona evolves at, in this case Megadolon later on. Yamato Takeru is decent, but like I said, there are better ultimate skills, like Golden Gemini. Golden Gemini is so ridiculously good. In fact, just because of that, I might as well switch over Junpei to having the Myriad Arrows persona. And do I still have the Dragon Belt in my inventory, or did I give that to Theodore? I really hope I didn't give that to Theodore. I gave it to Theodore, didn't I? Well, that's a problem. Yeah, Hachiman's a lot better with Dragon Cry. Okay, I had to use a Go Back Hey more to fill out those tiles up there, but I don't want to leave any stones, or in this case, tiles, unturned. Okay, I still don't want to leave any tiles unturned. Let's keep going. And we're through. Well, almost through.
Come, Yamato Takeru.
And yeah, we're going to be hearing some new voice clips now.
It's no use.
Go! Come on!
Like that.
It's my turn!
Okay, let's see if we can get Golden Gemini here, even though you... Actually, you are bound. Oh, no Golden Gemini. Oh well.
Too easy.
But we should be getting a all-out attack here. I don't know the exact chance of Golden Gemini, but I estimate it's about 50%. It's pretty high.
Easy peasy!
That's something that Rex says in Xenoblade 2, I believe. And another less good Chernobog.
Wow, that was disappointing.
Yeah,
My persona
tell me about it, you didn't get Golden Gemini. Okay, Absorber Lek, I need to dump something for this skill. I want to keep Golden Link and Quadruple Link, and I need to keep Gale Link, so I have to drop one of the other links. I suppose I've got a lot of fire on other characters. And there are some pretty strong enemies weak to ice here. Some of the FOEs are weak to electricity, so I want to keep Bolt Link. I guess I'll get rid of Flame Link. And then you'll learn Warrior title, which raises your crit rate, so that's another link that I might end up having to drop from you. There is Infinite Link later in the game, which lets links hit up to 8 times. That actually does require Death Chaser Abuse to make the most use out of, because otherwise you can't hit 8 times in a single turn. There are only 4 other characters in your party besides the Link user, after all. And we're about to be introduced to a new FOE. Yep, the spider symbolism is getting even more obvious. So, they force you to step on the first web just to show you how they work.
Watch out! What?
You know how spiders work. They can sense the tiniest of vibrations in their webs. So, we're stuck in this web, and the spider is coming towards
Oh,
us.
come on.
There it is. It's a pallet swap spiders'.
What? No way. This might... What?
It's getting closer.
What the?
I see.
I guess it's probably turned off her fear setting again. And we're through. Yeah, it's always frustrating when you walk through a cobweb. But anyway, this FOE is called the Capturer. Here's how it works. If you step on one of these webs, the Capturer will jump towards you. It takes the equivalent of 3 steps to get out of the web, so it will make 3 jumps towards you while you're stuck. The spider will jump from web to web, so it's important to have the web locations marked out on the map. So let's see, should I use a specific icon or should I use a color? That actually marks like FOEs. Maybe I should use diamonds, but I'll make them red diamonds. So that's a web. Where we came from is a web. As you can tell, this makes 100% map completion an absolute pain on these floors, because you will have to step on a lot of the web squares. Not all of them, some of them don't count. There's another web. And it looks like we have nowhere further to go. We can't go anywhere except step on this web right here, which is a major problem. But, as you can see, there are enough spaces for it to cover that it wouldn't actually get to us, and now we can step off the web safely. So yeah, that entire stretch of land there with the webs that the FOE is on,
Keep your guard up.
you actually
If you
don't
need
have to step on that for 100% map completion. I know that from experience. Trust me, don't try and go there. You have no need to. And I believe you can't actually go there at all without killing that FOE, which is obviously why it doesn't count towards floor completion.
Hey, right.
Go! Yamato Takeru! It's no use.
Prepare for Teddy! You were suckered by my cuteness.
The good news is, unlike the Reaper or the Watcher, these spiders will never move during battle. So if you get stuck in a battle near one of them, don't have to worry about it catching you. I don't think it's possible to get encounters on web squares either. So yes, you can't actually access that little peninsula at all without killing that thing. Or at the very least encountering it. I'm going to mark it out on the map regardless. I think it stretches all the way down there.
Hey, hey!
And we have a shortcut so we can go through here without having to step on the web, which is good. And as you can see, we've got stairs here, and also a pillar, or piston, whatever you want to call them. They're big things that block your movements. Doesn't actually look like we can get through those stairs yet either. And we're almost at, yeah, the floor completion chest this late. I love how this part of the beat kind of sounds like a clock ticking.
Quite true.
Yes. Oh dear.
Yes. Thank you.
And of course, that gives us a new request. Weirdly enough, I think I've already completed that, because I just killed some hands. I think they should have dropped that already. Let me just check. Oh, luxury piece. Right then. Yeah, I guess they only... And I don't even have the Shadowruns. I haven't even used the Shadowrun skill card yet. I wonder who I should give that to. That's not so useful in Castor because it won't benefit from the splashing effect because it already hits everything, but on Trismegistus, maybe? Yeah, I suppose I could get Shadowrun. I'll probably want that on most of my physical attackers before the final boss. It's basically a more reliable Myriad Arrows.
The brave Junpei has found a treasure box.
It doesn't have the potential to do as much damage,
enemies,
but
and they're pretty
you
strong.
don't have to
Keep
worry
your
about
guard
enemies
up.
resisting it,
Covered
and
in
it
steel.
is a lot
This
more
won't be
accurate.
easy.
I also love the way that battle screens look in this
In
area.
the blink of an eye!
And so, let's just show just how enormous this floor
Malto-kun, are you
is.
okay? Shouldn't
Yeah,
you
it
heal?
fills up the entire map. We've got a long way to go. But this is the final stretch of the game. And I still just... It's hard to describe, like, I'm not really the best, I don't really have the best aesthetic sense. I can't really describe things artistically that well, but this, I just still love the look of this area. It just has a really, like, a real feeling of finality. Just, like, the fact that the whole area, like, the sky looks stormy as we climb up the highest levels of the clock tower, all this black steel everywhere.
Might be something inside.
Hut-en robe. Looks like it's female only. Very good female only armor as well.
That went disappointingly fast.
Actually, hang on a second. I just got Atropos from a battle. I'm pretty sure I can make Norn now. Because, I mean, that's a little bit of a spoiler, but obviously Norn is
You're
in this
carrying
game.
a lot of stuff. It's important to stay organized.
And it's another special fusion. Okay, I'll be opening a shortcut to earlier in the floor here. Now might be a good time to head back, and I'll probably... Maybe I'll fuse Norn at the start of the next episode. Finally, he is shedding his Flanderization. Do you ever have the luxury to do anything stupid? Well, I mean, I suppose Teddy does all the time.
Doesn't that wall look a little different from the
Okay,
others?
shortcut unlocked. Another one-way shortcut.
That went disappointingly fast.
Oh boy. Looks like we have another big spiders' room ahead of us.
Oh,
What?
Yeah, this one's actually blocking the exit. We need to get caught on purpose in order to lure it out of the way.
There's an FOE! Watch out!
In fact, I think now might be as good a time as any to... Yeah, I think I'll actually head back. We'll solve this puzzle next time. While I'm here, I might as well sell my stuff. And so, next time, we'll be progressing further into the 8th floor of the clock tower, and hopefully getting some more Persona upgrades. So, I will see you then. I still can't believe I didn't get a single golden Gemini in this whole episode. Trust me, that skill's amazing, take my word for it, but you'll hopefully see that later. In fact, I think we're getting pretty close to the level Yoshitsune is at.